Hi, it's Carolyn the Contest Queen, and it's my monthly Sweepstakes Q&A chat. And it is so nice to be at home because I had so much tech trouble when I tried to do the live stream in Nashville. You name it, it went wrong. But the biggest problem is that the hotel we chose had extremely poor Wi-Fi. And what's really cool is I have a special guest. I have Leanne's here with me, but I don't see her image. So I'm going to wait for her to get some video going, and then I'll add her to the stream. And, but in the meantime, I have a ton of questions. So we'll start asking that. Hopefully she can hear me and add her picture, because I don't want to just put her up without video, because that won't be any fun. But she had a very interesting story about Tim Hortons and one of the contests they ran last year. So I thought it's better for her to tell it. So thanks, Carolyn. And if you don't already follow Carolyn, go follow her. She wrote 2 books that are fantastic, combining 2 of my favorite things, sweepstakes and mysteries. Like, I love a good mystery novel. She's written 2 of them in the Lucy Vaughn series, and they're fantastic. And she told me there's a 3rd in the works. Yay. Anyway, if you haven't checked her out, go do that. But I'm going to start with all the questions that were sent in advance. Sometimes nobody sends in anything, and then today, 2 pages worth. So today I have from Dawn, she writes, I have a question about sweepstakes rules for winning trips. The rules say you have to be 21 years old or older to apply, which is fine, but can you take someone under 21 on the trip with you? For example, if my daughter is older than 21 and wants a trip for 2, can she invite someone under the age of 21 but over the age of 18 to join her on the trip? Well, it depends on the sponsor. It depends on the rules. Like, if it's an alcohol company, probably not. However, depending on the contest, sometimes you will get in the release forms a page for if a minor is coming on the trip or to the prize or to the meet and greet or whatever it is. So you have to read the rules, because usually there is a clause in there about minors. And if it's alcohol, I can tell you right now, they won't at all, because they could be liable and they have to go by the legal drinking age. That said, depending on where you live, the legal drinking age can be different, because in Canada, where I live, it's 19. In Quebec, it's 18. In most of the United States, I don't think there's any state that has it that's not 21. I think the legal drinking age in the UK is 18. So it really depends where you live, depends on what that would entail. But we've won trips and we've taken our daughter. There's a lot of family trips, so they expect, they're writing the rules thinking a set of parents and 2 kids is what is in their head when they write them. So they're fully expecting children to be going on the trip, especially if it's something like Disney. So you have to read the rules. Now we have Leanne, and she has video. Yay! So we're going to bring her into the stream. Oh, I guess I better change my stream thing. Yay! Leanne is here, and she has an... Now let's see if we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, no, we have no sound.
Oh, no.
Just see if we can fix that.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's weird. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, okay. On the mic settings at my end, I know this is live. Oh, no, she's frozen. So I'm going to remove her from the live stream, and we're going to see if we can't get her back a bit. But she also, if you follow her on social, she won a trip to the Juno Awards, had a fabulous time. I saw the video. Now, it was one of the reasons I gave a tip to always check the dates, because I was traveling during that time. So I didn't enter any of the contests to win a trip to the Junos, because I wouldn't have been able to go. Same for, if there's concert tickets, movie passes, anything that has a firm date attached to it, make sure you check your own personal calendar before you start entering, because you'd hate to waste your time and the sponsors. Now, it has happened that I've been entering, I was available to go, something happens because, life, And then I win it and now I can't go. And I usually apologize and say, I'm really sorry. When I entered, I was available, life. I can't go. Please pick another winner. Thank you for understanding. I appreciate, I'm so excited. I love your products or services or whatever. And that's what I've had to do in the past when things have come up. And yeah, so just check the dates. Anyway, she's going to see if she can fix her tech issues. We'll see if we can get her back later, but we're here for a whole hour. We're learning and chatting. Oh, we've had some prize. Oh, Carolyn said, I just sold the biggest prize I ever won this afternoon. That was so bittersweet. Yeah, sometimes we can't keep those things in our lives. I believe it was the camper. Yeah, that's too bad because she won this really cool bean pod camper. It was awesome. It would be perfect, but sometimes life, But you do what you can, and you know what? I heard Jack Canfield say this. Actually, this is a good time to talk about this. If something happens in life and something gets taken away, or you sold the biggest prize, the whole experience can never be taken away from you. That you get to keep. So you get to keep the memory of entering, the memory of being notified, the memory of picking up the trip, the excitement you felt, the joy you felt. That never gets taken away, which is awesome. So yes, because I think it was Rumi said, or was it Buddha, nothing is permanent. That's not even us. So it's gone, but the memories and the excitement that you felt will never be taken away from you. And you can use that joy when you're entering to win another prize, because when you enter, when you're excited and having a good time, that energy just manifests. There was an old sales adage that said, the best time to make a sale is right after you've made a sale, because you're in that vibration. Oh, Leanne's back. Let's try her again. Yay. Let's see if we can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
This is going to be Murphy's Law. I have no idea why we have no sound.
Oh, no.
Okay, one more time. We'll try it again. Okay, here we go. Anyway, I'll keep working on it. Just such a good story. I hope we can figure it out. If she can hear me, just try allowing all the settings. Just go into the settings for, and then just wave at me if you think you got it fixed. Okay, we should have tested it before, but silly me forgot to send her the link. Yeah, and then I realized hang on, let's try again. Okay, last time. See if you can see. I should have sent you the link before, and we should have tested this. I love doing live tech issues. No. Are you on your phone or your iPad?
I'm on my phone.
I should on your phone. See if you can allow in the mic settings to allow the mic. Just such a good story. Otherwise, you know what? I'll just have to have her back for a whole sweepers chat. Just the two of us for a whole hour.
Mike, why?
Okay, we can't figure it out. You know what? I'm going to have Leanne back for a whole sweepers chat. You know what? I'm going to message you privately. We're going to pick a date. We're going to announce it. It's going to be quick. It might be like this week, next week. Fast. And then actually you can tell us about your whole Juno win. Okay, that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Bye. Oh my gosh. Welcome to live streaming. You hear her. Oh no. Yeah, but the problem is if I can't hear her, I can't have the proper conversation. I love technology. Oh, Melinda says, I remember the great experience I had winning concerts. I feel blessed to have seen some of the artists and listened in my youth. Yeah. So that's a consumable prize, right? No, I don't. And she said, do I have my headset plugged in? No, I do not. Oh my God. I think I just found the problem. I think I just found the tech problem on my end. Oh no. Hang on. I'm going to go message her. This is so professional. I love it. Oh no, that is hilarious. The setting was on my end. I love it. Anyway, let me just go message her and say, come back, and see if she does. It's fun, but this is what I love about sweepstakes. Okay, I'm going to message her. Come back. I found the problem. All right, here we go. Anyway, this is the joy of the hobby. Now, it was terrible, the video at the hotel for my annual St. Patrick's Day one, and it was so bad. Okay, I found the setting. It was on my end. Sorry.
It's okay.
Because people are going, we can hear her. I'm like, then why can't I hear her? And I realized I hadn't clicked the button up my end. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So why don't you, this is so good. So you explain to me first, let's talk about your Juno win. And then we will talk about this interesting Tim Hortons contest thing, which I was really surprised at. So go and tell us about your fantastic adventure at the Junos, which, for those that don't know, the Junos is the Canadian version of the Grammys.
Sorry.
Right? Right.
Yeah. So basically how I did it, there was an online entry form and you had to enter it every 24 hours. So I kept track of it in my notepad and I would enter daily until the whole month of February. And then I got a notification saying I won the contest. And it was like a week after I had to be prepared to fly out on that Saturday. So that's the thing about keeping track of your dates of travel. When I got there, I flew to Edmonton, and they upgraded my ticket from when I got to Toronto, and they gave us front extra leg room. So it was the sponsor who updated our tickets. So wanted to give me a full experience of the Edmonton airline flight to Edmonton. And then we took a cab we landed in at about 11:30 in the evening. We took a cab from the airport to the hotel. The hotel was beautiful. It was a Marriott hotel. Was the oh my goodness, I can't even remember the name of the hotel. But anyway, it was beautiful. People were friendly. So the trip included airline tickets there and back, tickets to the event, to all of the Juno events, the songwriters event, and we also got a car that came to the hotel and escorted us to the event. So it was like a VIP experience.
Wow.
We also got a chance to meet a lot of the artists like Tyler Shaw, Tennille Towns, a few other artists. I also had a chance of walking the red carpet. And yeah, it was quite something else. And then you had a lineup of media. And of course, they're giving you directions on, you have to look at this camera and you have to look at this camera. And I mean, the pictures turned out quite nice, which I was very impressed.
Wow, how exciting.
It was very exciting. We actually got an invite to a lounge party just before the event.
Wow.
So it had everybody upstairs, drinks and snacks. And it was just like, it was something else to experience for sure.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. Yeah, and it's nice to know that those types of prizes are back, because for a while they disappeared.
That's right. They did.
They did. And I had not seen any type meet and greet type giveaways. I think, this is probably the first year that those are back that I've seen. And so I'm so happy that you won, because I saw her TikTok. You know, I love my TikTok. I saw your TikTok. And I was so happy when I saw it, because I recognized you right away. And I was like, oh my God, she won. Like I didn't know that you had won until I saw the video. And I was so happy for you, because
Thank you.
It just, I knew it'd really boost you up. And now you said it wasn't every day. It was every 24 hours.
Every 24 hours you had it.
Why don't you explain that to people? Because that actually makes a difference when you're entering.
Yes. So basically what happens is, if you enter at 8 o'clock in the morning, you have to either enter at 8 o'clock in the morning the following day or afterwards, but you have to keep track of your times, because it can disqualify you if you enter too early. So say if you enter at 8 o'clock and you entered it at like 7:30, you're automatically disqualified. So you have to make sure you are exactly on time and keeping track of those times when it is a 24-hour contest.
Some companies will put in the repeat entry block, but
Yeah.
not always. So that's why Leanne's tip is extremely important. But now, like when I first started entering, we had to keep a pad of paper beside us. Now everything's digitized, so you can just use it on your computer or your iPad or phone even to track.
Yeah.
And that's a really good tip.
Yeah, I keep track with a little note. It's got a memo pad in my phone, and I keep track that way. So every time I entered it, I would keep the time and the date of when I entered.
Oh, the date, yes, and the date too. That was
Yes,
good.
very important to keep track of your dates and the times.
Yeah, that's really good. Now, were you just entering for you, or do you enter for any other family members?
No, just enter for myself.
Just enter for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were entering for family members, you'd also have like a second column.
Yes.
And you would track for them too, because you'd want to make sure that you didn't disqualify either of you.
Right.
Now, the reason I wanted Leanne on was because she sent me a message about the Tim Hortons contest. Now, why don't you explain this? Because the contest was last fall.
Yeah.
But you just got some entries now.
Yeah. So basically, what I did was I did the no purchase entry for the Tim Hortons hockey cards. These are the hockey cards, and you had to enter them. So they started in October of last year. So I entered it before it even as it started. So I'm like, okay, we're allowed a minimum of 10 because that was the maximum amount we were allowed with. So I said, okay, I'll do a mail-in entry and I'll send them out. Well, never heard back from anybody. So all of a sudden, my son goes to the mailbox and he goes, look, Mom. He goes, look what came in the mail today. I was like, what? I'm like, what are those? So I opened up the envelopes, and lo and behold, they were the Tim Hortons hockey cards that you got free for the no purchase entry. Well, it kind of defeats the purpose because the contest is now over.
Yeah, it's 5 months
Yeah.
since it ended. Like
Yeah.
5 months, and these cards show up. So if she has the winning hockey card in one of those packs, she can't claim it.
Nope.
Because the deadline is passed. Why would they send you the cards now? Like, this is like such a mystery.
It is a mystery, but the bonus out of it, as I mentioned to you in my message to you, I actually can reuse the stamps.
Like, so they postmarked back all of her self-addressed stamped envelopes, and none of them got marked.
Nope.
So who knows what Canada Post is doing? Do you think, you know what, because none of them were marked, is it possible that they mailed them out and Canada Post has had them lost in their system for 5 months?
Oh, probably. Canada Post is notorious for doing that. I've entered a few other no purchase entry ones, like the one through Michael's, the no stitch it ones. I got one envelope back out of all the ones that I mailed out.
You know what? I'd almost want to try an experiment. See, this is where my little contester brain, my contest queen marketer hat goes on and said, I'd almost want to experiment like with, if you have a friend that lives in another part of town or a relative, and you do like 3 with one address and 3 with another and 3 with another, and see whose comes back, just to see if the post, what they're doing. I just get curious. So then you know if it's the company or the post office, because some people swear they don't get mail, and then other people have no problems. So then you wonder.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other one I noticed too is on some of the, I noticed with some of the Shop Beer Gear contest posts, I actually got one entry back saying that I needed included that when I would sign my signature as verifying that I was of age for drinking. When I sent it out, they told me I had to put a card inside the envelope and not sign it on the envelope with my signature and the statement. They said, please include a card. So this is kind of gives another contest entry tip that they sent me a full letter telling me to insert a card with the statement and my signature.
That's a little weird. Was that in the rules?
That was not in the rules. No.
Well, then how are you supposed to know? Like, you're not a mind reader.
No. All they stated was to write the statement. They didn't tell me where to put it. So I just wrote it on the outside of my envelope when I sealed it. And when they open it, they can actually see the statement that it's on my envelope. And they're like, nope, we want you to write it on a card and then submit it.
I love marketers sometimes.
I know, way. Isn't that just great?
I don't understand why this contest isn't successful. Because you don't make it easy for people to enter.
No, they don't make it easy.
Okay, so let's see. Isn't that funny? Everyone's going, they can hear you. That's why I'm like, okay, it has to be a setting on my end. Oh, so you had the other Carolyn. She said, it sounds like you had a first class win all the way. You must have felt like a star. Did you get to keep this is a good question. Did you get to keep the red carpet photos the pros took?
I do get to keep them, but when I do post them, they I just give credit to the the people that took them, but they are ours. Like, they actually gave me a link with the password and everything, nice. And I can actually see all the media photos.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. No problem giving credit to the photographers, especially when they're great pictures. You want to give credit to the photographers.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, how fun. Oh yeah, unfortunately, Carolyn said if you'd kept the envelope and showed a postmark, you could have had a claim on the prize win, but yeah, they could have done something against Canada Post, but I believe there's a clause in the rules that says they're not responsible for that.
No, most of the contests are like that. If you read with the no purchase entry, a lot of them state that they're not responsible for lost, misdirected. It's in the rules.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I want you to open them all to see if you actually have a golden ticket.
Well, we can open them online. We can open them.
Let's open them live. Let's have an unboxing. Let's see.
Let's see
if it's a huge doesn't matter or a big disappointment.
Okay, well, this one is all hockey cards, and this one.
Yeah, that's all hockey cards.
Yeah.
I ended up saving mine. I had George buying him in the morning when he got coffee, and then after like 10 days, he's like, I'm not buying you any more of these. This is ridiculous. So then I just bought a few myself, but then I stacked them all and gave them to my girlfriend, one of my contest buddies. She's got 2 boys who collect. No, that's not a winning card, is it?
Well, this one is a gold card. It's got like gold on the outside, so I don't know if it's.
Yeah, but I think it says winner something on the back.
Well, that one's a gold card.
It has to be like you won. Like, it's got to be gold and like a notification.
Let's see if we got any winners at all. That would kind of be a bummer if they did. Just cards.
Because her son won a piece of somebody's jersey.
Oh, wow.
And he was very excited. But it was clear it was a winning notification in the pack. Like, it wasn't a card. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What a strange
no winners here. Just another gold one. Another gold one.
You see the gold and you're like, no. Yeah, because I think on the back it would say how to claim it. Actually, part of me wants you to find a winner, and part of me doesn't want you to find a
winner. Okay, no winners in this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going.
We're supposed to be able to win like free coffees and stuff in them too, I thought.
Well, that would be exciting if that would be a good thing.
We only have so much time to claim them because their next contest is almost over, which has been having a lot of trouble.
Yes.
I've only been getting the no purchase entry rolls because every time I go and scan my card, I don't get my free rolls. So I gave up.
Yeah, I get sorry, try again.
And then they already had the fiasco where they set it up wrong and they notified a bunch of people they won the daily drawing prize as an instant by mistake.
I saw that. That was a big kerfuffle on that part.
Yeah, so this year, I don't know. It ran really well last year. I don't know why. They ain't broke. Don't fix it.
They had hiccups this year.
Yeah, they should have left it. I think it's because they updated their app. They had to change it. But they shouldn't have. So how many? We got 10 packs,
We had 10 packs. I'm on number 9 right now.
Oh,
no winners. Nothing. No winners so far.
Anyway, I'm sure there's a little man in your life somewhere that was collecting them and to be happy with all these cards.
Well, my son is a collector, so he'll enjoy.
I knew there'd be a man in your life that collected them.
He'll enjoy that. And unfortunately, for me, I was actually kind of a lucky person that I didn't end up with any winners.
I know. Can you imagine? I know who would think I'm lucky because I'm a loser.
Well,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
the story behind it's kind of ironic.
Well, it's interesting. So yeah, so that's the other thing. So here's my take on the purchase entries. It depends on the price of the purchase entry. I think they were, if you bought a coffee, they were $1.
Yes.
If you didn't, they were $2. Postage where I live and where we both live is $1. And then you have the no purchase stamp. So that's $2. So I'm thinking I'm better off just going and buying a coffee or a tea and paying the $1 and getting the cards because it's technically cheaper than the stamps.
Yes. The stamps
And
are
as we can see, we can't always trust Canada Post. And I know it's the same. Oh, wait, someone's entering while she's watching and she says, woohoo, I just entered an instant with a new Mountain Dew contest and won $10.
Yay!
Rochelle,
Congrats.
that's wow.
That's
Send
awesome.
some of that winning vibes because poor somebody messaged and says they've had a dry spell. Hang on, let me find them. Said they've had a dry spell. We need to send them fairy dust. I'll find it. Oh, Yolanda won. Wow, $1,000 game tickets, $10, movie tickets, and T-shirts.
Congrats.
Wow, is that just March? That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Oh, Heather won $25 credit for Poster Jack. Oh, that's a place where you can take pictures. Oh, that's nice. You know, I know people have done that in their house and they look amazing.
They're beautiful, all big.
Okay. Who won? Oh, Sarah won $6 Dunkin' gift card. So that's 2 coffees, $50 Captain Crunch 60th birthday. Oh, that's fun. $250 Visa from Instagram, a free dress, TikTok. Love TikTok.
Wow.
$27 Walmart gift card in its place, Revolve outlets from Instagram. Whoa, you're on a roll, Sarah. And then everybody screaming on the post, I can hear her. I'm like, oh no, it was my sister. That's very funny. I should have been reading the comments. I might have figured out the settings sooner. Sorry.
It's all good.
Let's see. I know someone. Oh, here it is. Nicole said she had a dry spell. Oh, it ended. She won a $110 beef package, $10 Amazon, 4 passes to Science World.
Nice.
I know. I love. See, this is the thing. There's so many prizes. You can't enter everything.
No.
And the stuff that also interests you might not interest me. Like, it's fantastic.
I focus on the ones that I'm interested in, and I just kind of enter those ones. Like right now I'm doing like 4 of the contests with the code words, and I have papers that are stapled or taped together, and I keep track of them, and I have Alexa, and every time I check the times and when they're going, I'll get Alexa to tune into that station. But I also have a little trick too that I know how to find the code words.
Yeah, there's people that do track them, and eventually, apparently, if you track them long enough, the radio stations aren't that clever, and they will reuse code words.
Yes,
depending on the contest. But I don't keep track of them. I probably should. I've known that for a while, but I have so much on my plate. I'm like, I'm not adding anything to my plate.
Yeah, it's like the 25K country radio one. It's I noticed that they're repeating a lot of the artists for the back-to-back.
Yeah, it depends on the contest, but yeah, there's generally patterns because listen, I'm a marketer too, and your plate is full. Imagine working at a radio station. Your plate is full.
Yeah. So
if you can reuse something from that contest 6 months ago to this contest, and it worked and it was fine, you're just gonna rename it and you're just gonna run it again. You're just gonna update the rules. You're gonna put a new fresh face on it and you're gonna run it again because it worked and it saves you a lot of time. And the legals are probably pretty close to the same. Like, you know, once you pay a lawyer to write a set of contest rules, if you're running virtually the same contest with a new name on it, you don't need to redo the rules. No. You just change the dates and the prize name or whatever. So it's much better. Okay, I found it's Hal. We all need to sound some good vibes and fairy dust to Hal. He hasn't won anything in 6 months, but he's going to keep trying. My recommendation for Hal, and I know Leanne's going to agree with me, is concentric circles.
Yes.
enter your locals first, then your state or province, then national, because your odds of winning local are going to be better because there's less people that are going to be able to enter. So all your local radio stations, that's what Leanne's doing with her code words. She's entering her local radio station. All your local media outlets, go and save all their contest pages. And of course, everybody's local is going to be different depending on where you live. Sometimes it's a little harder if you're rural versus in a urban. So, if you're on a ranch out in Wyoming versus a Chicago suburb, the opportunities are going to be much different, but try and keep it as local as you can. And then, go out from there. And then, and try to enter for things that you really want to win. And you'll be amazed at what will show up. Also, make sure you use a sweepstakes aggregate or a contest aggregate. And so you're not just randomly, entering whatever you find on Facebook or, what gets emailed to you. If you use a sweepstakes aggregate, they've pulled in all the sweepstakes. So and they've vetted them. Because one of the things I get a lot is, how do I tell it's a scam? So if you are using a legitimate site, they've pre-vetted them. It's going to save you a ton of time.
Yeah.
So let's break that dry spell. Oh, Paige won a local radio contest to see Katy Perry in Vegas.
Nice. Congratulations. Wow. That's amazing.
Going to be fun.
That's going to be an awesome thing. And just so that everybody knows, your spec method works. From Helen, it really does work. Yeah. Because when I won your book and you wrote in my book to have adventures, as soon as I got your book, that's when I ended up getting, after your book, I got the email saying I won that trip.
I think a little bit of Helene was looking out for you too.
I think so.
She's up there and she is looking out for all of us sweepers, I swear. So let's see. Oh, yeah. Nicole went and looked for the rules to see if they were still there. The prize for that one that Leanne was looking for, the gold card, was a meet and greet with Sidney Crosby. But it was one gold card in, I don't know, probably 7 million packs.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So that's the ultimate. So I always equate those to the Roald Dahl book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. That's not right. But you had to find the golden ticket. And that's what some of them are. And, like if McDonald's does the pull tabs, the game pieces, that is basically the seeded contest. Now, Roll Up the Rim with Tim Hortons used to be a seeded contest. And then when the pandemic hit, the company ended up going digital because nobody wanted to touch the cups because we didn't know. And also a lot of people roll those cups with their teeth and then tear it off and hand it to somebody. And the staff is like, we're not touching anything anymore. I can't frankly blame them. At least the McDonald's game pieces are, they're easy to pull and you're not going to use your teeth. And, so it went digital and it hasn't been very good since then. Let's see. Oh, Daniel won $100 Fanatics gift card. Nice. What's good about that is he can go pick any team he wants. Better be a good team.
Maybe the other one, the clearance section. Clearance section is also good.
Oh, interesting. At Millions on Twitter for $100 in their daily. I know. There's so many giveaways. I don't even know some of them. Oh, Gretchen, she won a prize for me. She said, I got your fairy dust 3 weeks ago. Thanks, Carolyn. I'm still waiting to win from a dry spell since last December. Well, no, because you won the fairy dust.
That's right.
So your spell was broken. All I've won is Circle K instance. Wait a minute. You are winning. Now what you want to do is focus on bigger winning.
Yeah,
you are winning.
It's still a win.
You want to shift it to a bigger prize because you've won my necklace and you've won instance from Circle K. Now you're just going to allow, it's like a tap, right? You've turned on the tap and right now the water is dribbling out. We just want to open that faucet. So just imagine the wind's just pouring in. Like just do a little visualization. And see the prizes right now, they're just dripping out. And then you're going to turn the imagination, just turn the tap and oh, we don't have a Tim Hortons in Kentucky. Yeah, it's only in some states, but it's like Dunkin' Donuts. Supposedly better. I think it's about, well, it might be in some ways because they have, like, you can have lunch there and they have sandwiches, and it's kind of like a mishmash between, say, a Subway and a Wendy's and a Dunkin' Donuts. Now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm like, wow, they really have their marketing cut out for them. It used to be, they used to have, donuts used to be their number one thing. And now it's only like 10% of their sales. Oh, how long have I been doing this? This is my 22nd year of entering sweepstakes. Wow. How long have you been entering, Miss Queen? Because you're also a contest queen.
I've been entering for about 6 years.
Only 6? Why do I think you've been doing it way longer than that?
No, I started, my first win was with my son. He was at a co-op placement, and he told me to call the radio station to request a song, and it was a chance to win an Xbox One. And they put my name into a draw on a Friday, and I got the call, and they're like, "Congratulations, you won the Xbox One." I was like, "What?" And that's how it all started.
See, I call that contest crack. One win and you are hooked.
It is for sure.
You're like, now what else can I win?
Yeah, of course.
Your son must have been so happy with the Xbox.
Very much so. I was like, I wanted to open up the box, and my husband beat me to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. You know, everybody, I can't tell you the number of people, even people that don't sweepstakes, that have a winning story. They're like, oh, when I was a kid, I entered some raffle and I won, you know, a baseball bat, or, you know, my mom used to do this sometimes. She'd win stuff, and everybody has a winning story.
Well, I don't know if you remember back in the days, I was really young, where Lay's potato chips used to have these little scratch cards inside their bags of chips.
Yes, I remember that.
Well, I used to do that when I was a kid, when I was younger, and used to have to scratch 3 of them with the same, but I used to cheat. I used to scratch just the corner just to see if I could see the X and O's. And then once I scratched it, I used to get the whole thing, and the store still had to accept it because I didn't scratch all of the silver off. I was a cheater when I was a kid. They still accepted it.
Because, yeah, I think you got like free chips or something, right?
Yeah, we got a free bag of chips.
Wow. Sarah says I've been entering for 52, I think she means years, not hours. She started when she was 12. Wow. Sarah, you do not look that age. She started with radio wins. Yeah, it's amazing how they all start. Al Sayward, who's since passed away, had a story in one of my books, and he was 12, and his family stopped at the local fair. They were on a train trip to see like relatives, and they stopped at a seaside somewhere, and there was a local fair, and there was a raffle for a steam iron, which was like back in the day.
It's big.
And he asked his dad, I think it was $1, like big bucks to enter, because he was 12, and I think he died in his 70s. So
wow.
He paid the $1, and he won his mom the steam iron, and he was hooked. He was
for sure.
12.
I never got a chance to tell you, I'm also going to Montreal in November. I won tickets to go see Pink.
Oh my God, that's amazing! Wow. Okay, how did you win that?
That was through my local radio station.
See, locals, people, yeah. Locals. Oh my God! So call in.
Yeah, you had to be caller 9 to get in, and then you had to answer trivia.
Oh, those are so hard.
Yeah, it was hard. It was a toss up because they asked me a question about who Pink looked up to, but there was a controversy in the aspects. It was Madonna or Cher, but Pink did a lot of songs of Cher. So of course I answered the question, and the trivia question, I'm like, Cher, and she goes, well, unfortunately, no, it was Madonna, but I still won the tickets. But because they had an Instagram post of Pink and Madonna, they kind of don't get along. They kind of bump heads. So I was like, okay, well, she goes, you still win the tickets. So you're going to Montreal to see her. And we're actually in the 100 level seats.
Now, is that the whole trip or is it just the tickets?
Just the tickets. We have to pay for transportation to get there, but that's okay.
Yeah, you know what? I'd find the funds for that too. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing. That's a good tip. It's in your budget to pay to go to see the show.
Yes.
If it's not, you wouldn't have entered. So that's another thing. See what's included in the prize to make sure that you can afford to go. I would totally find it in my budget to go to Montreal to see Pink.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So you're going to pay for transportation, hotel, and food. Absolutely worth it.
And my accommodations, I actually have a cousin that lives in Montreal, so we're going to stay with her.
I love that. Actually, I have relatives there too. I'd probably do the same thing.
So just the transportation to get there.
Oh. Yeah, I am sorry. There's somebody posting.
It's okay.
Oh, they said I started with radio wins too. Lots of radio wins. There's somebody posting stuff and I keep blocking them and they coming back and saying silly things. So we must remove that chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why people hop on the lives and do that. It's just a waste of time. Anyway, that is amazing. That is so fun with Pink. That's going to be such a good show.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing. I saw her the first time I saw her in, actually it was Blues Fest here in Ottawa. And she did the high wire. It was pouring down rain and she still did her performance. She did a high wire performance. It was absolutely spectacular, even though you got soaking wet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is, I think, better. It's probably indoors.
Yes. Yeah. I'll stay dry.
Oh, Gretchen said she going to see Pink in September. Somebody gave her $100 from the Christmas giving Tom does every year. And then another person put in another $100 towards the tickets. And now she's going to her first Pink show.
Nice. Congrats.
You can hobble a win together.
Mm-hmm.
Helene did that in one of her books. She wanted to go to Paris and she hobbled these tickets and she took this thing and she put that thing. But on her birthday, she was in Paris just like she wanted, but it was all piecemeal. And so don't always worry about how it's going to come. Just focus on the end result. Gretchen wanted to go to Pink. She focused on Pink. She got a little bit here, a little bit here. She's going to Pink. Doesn't matter. She didn't show up the way she thought. Oh my gosh. Now I'm going to here. You know what? While you're here, you can help me answer some of these questions because 2 queens is better than 1. Okay. So this one is from someone who's signed it Love Winning. And I'm going to recommend that Love Winning change their email address because Love Winning will turn off the sponsors.
Yes.
The sponsors see that and they're like, yeah, no, we're not going to give you the prize. So it says, howdy, Carolyn. I came across your sharing journey and about Helene. Thanks for all you do. I'm a big believer in positive thinking and I love winning things. Well, both of us think that.
Yep.
She says, oh, you're doing a live show and I'm a bit shy to ask these questions on live. Yeah, normally I don't pull people in. This is, but I know Leanne. So I'm like, sure, come on, let's go have fun.
That's great.
She says, I'm a beginner at contests. Oh, I'm assuming it's a she. That's pretty smarky of me. Which of your courses would you recommend? Oh, Sweepstakes for beginners?
Yep.
Oh, this is interesting. How to measure a card when it's writing into the sponsor. So it's interesting because the stores sell 3x5s, but a lot of times in the rules, they ask for 3.5x5.
Yes.
So a lot of times people just take paper and cut it. What do you do?
I usually cut it.
Yeah, it's just cut your own. I already started filling out contests and noticed some asked me to pay $2 and so on. How to identify scammers? I stated earlier that I want you to use the sweepstakes aggregate and you're Canadian, this person's Canadian. So I want you to use like Red Flag Deals, their contest forum, a contest girl, a contestcanada.net. There's some others, but I don't think they have as many Canadian contests. A Yo Winner. I
use Red Flags.
Oh yeah, so they have a contest forum.
Yeah.
It's not a specific contest site. Like contestcanada.net is just contests.
Mhm.
Red Flag Deals has a lot of different offerings on their site, but one fraction of that is a contest forum.
Mhm.
A lot of people are very active on that. A lot of people like Contest Girl. Use an aggregate. It's going to eliminate all the fluff. Now, we were talking about contests that asked you to pay $2 because we were talking about the hockey cards.
Yes.
So to be in to win, you bought a pack of hockey cards and you were looking for winning cards.
Of course. Yeah.
So you had the option. So to me, I paid the $1, but I also got hockey cards. Like, I don't collect them, but other people do. So it's not like I was just sending money to somebody.
No.
Some of the bigger contests, like for example, our lottery corporation has giveaways tied to lotteries. If I didn't want to go buy lottery tickets, in the rules, I could enter no purchase entry. It would cost me the stamp.
Mhm.
But that's not paying them to enter, so to speak. I'm
Right.
choosing to spend money on a stamp to enter, but I'm paying
Yeah.
to enter, if you understand what I mean.
Mm.
So yeah, don't pay to enter unless you're buying lottery tickets or raffle tickets from a legitimate raffle, or you're using the stamps and, you know, you're paying for the card stock and you're paying for the envelopes and you're paying for the pens and you're paying for the stamps and your time to go to the post office. That I can, you know, is kind of paying, but use a legitimate site. And this is global, actually. Like there's Prize Finder in the UK, there's Aussie Compers in Australia, there's dozens and dozens in the United States. So just find a legitimate site and just save yourself a lot of time, because they list them for you. Like you probably say, because if you had to go find those all, you wouldn't find them all. And where can I find contest links that are local? Oh, that's what we just talked about. Go find all your local radio stations, television stations, papers, anything, businesses. And when you start following those people, those things start to show up.
Yeah. Can I bring up one subject?
Oh,
in the aspects of contest winning and cost of shipping. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of questions about in that aspects of when you like win a contest. Like there was a contest I won on Instagram, but it was a local contest in Calgary. But it was for sunglasses that were valued at $300. And they wanted you to pay $15 in order to get that prize. Well, I paid the $15 and I did get the sunglasses. I got 2 pairs. I got his and hers. So it was worth to pay that extra for the glasses to be shipped. So that's another topic. Maybe you can lighten up on.
Yeah. So here's the problem with some companies. They're running a local giveaway. They don't say in the rules, because they're a small business, they don't even think that it's global. They don't say in the rules that you need to come in and pick up the prize. And then somebody outside of the area wins and they're like, oh, that wasn't good.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
Now, it's a small prize, so you could pay for the mailing. But if it was a huge like gift basket or something, that's not feasible. And then it's disappointment for the sponsor and for the thing. So if it's a prize that appears to be from a small business and looks like it's not shippable, you may ask in the comments, hey, I notice in the rules, you know, are you mailing this prize out, or does someone have to come and get it?
That's a good tip.
And that might help these marketers learn that they need to add that clause into their rules.
Yes.
You know, and some people, they don't know. Like, think about a small business. They're like, oh, we have access to the internet and social media. We're trying to grow our business. They're like, oh, we'll host a giveaway. They're all excited. They're hoping this is going to drive some traffic, but they have no sweepstakes marketing experience. And they look at the rules from something else and they copy them. They're like, okay, well, we just have to say this, this, and this. They don't know. And they don't realize that they've left out that clause until it's way too late.
Yeah, I had that issue with a contest I had entered. It was actually in Toronto, but in the contest rules, it didn't stipulate that people outside of Toronto area couldn't enter the contest. And they were giving a hard time and saying that it was the sponsor or the whoever was hosting the contest for the sponsor, and said it was their fault. Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't be backbiting within the, anyway. As the marketer, that makes my head hurt. I mean, I've even made mistakes as a marketer. One time we ran a giveaway and I forgot to put in the clause that private accounts couldn't enter, because notifying potential winners that have private accounts is a nightmare from a logistical point of view, from the back end of a sweepstakes.
Okay.
And it takes days sometimes to get responses and things. And I had someone who finally responded and she said, I never win anything. And I said, I know why. It's because your account's private and it took me days to get a hold of you, but it was my fault. So we're going to give you the prize. I said, you might want to have a public account. So even if they don't mention that you have to have a public account, it's, if you're entering sweepstakes frequently, have a public account, because from a logistical point of view, trying to notify you if you have a private account is a nightmare. And I forgot. And so but it took me 10 days to notify everybody and get everybody back. Like, that's a long time in the business world when you're running a giveaway. So Yolanda writes, she wants us to address the issue of sending postcards with your birth date because it seems like a lot of personal information is being exposed. Your thoughts?
I don't usually do the ones with the postcards. I kind of avoid them because I'm exactly the same thing. I don't like to submit my personal information out on a postcard. If it's sealed in an envelope, I'm okay with that. But I don't do the ones with the postcard with my personal information, especially my birthday.
Yeah. So actually, I happen to have some postcards here, right? So they're asking you to, address the contest, all your personal information here, including some stuff. Now it's seen, like you just said, it's seen by everybody. I'm not comfortable. I don't know if you'd have to read the rules, but you could put this in an envelope.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, and send it in. I don't know.
The best choice would be check with a sponsor.
I was going to say, I would message the sponsor and say, hey, I'm not comfortable doing this. Can I put it in an envelope? And we'll see. But yeah, I have to agree with you. That is a little, that is too much to put out there. Also, if you are doing postcard entries, turn it sideways, because when it goes through the postage machine, you want it to read this address. And if you have this address, it's going to read two of them. It might get confused.
Oh, that's a good point.
So I found that out the hard way, because I had postcards coming back to me and I went, oh. So I turned it sideways and I wrote my address this way, or you can even put it on an angle, like something that the postage machine can't read.
Smart. I like that idea.
I can't even remember the last time I entered a postal contest. Okay, what do we have? Pat wants to know, does the information on the 3x5 or whatever they want you to put your info on, does it need to be in the order they ask? Like name, address, zip code, telephone number, email. Some of us paid to have the papers and postcards pre-printed with the info, but it's in whatever order we ask. And if they have that, and it asks for like name and email, thanks. I think if I'm filling it out myself, I follow what the order they have, so I make sure I don't forget anything. But if you're using one of the handwriting services, because there actually are people that will handwrite them for you, especially since, some people have, they can't write well, arthritis, who knows. As long as all the information, I think, is on the card, I don't think they're that picky. What do you think, Leanne?
I don't think they're very picky. I usually kind of follow the information that's given, is because then at least the same, what you said, is I don't forget anything.
Yeah. So if you've already got the 3x5 with your name, address, and telephone number, and then you can just add your email and birth date or whatever they ask for, or sometimes they ask for a quote or something. They'll say, so-and-so is my favorite thing or whatever I've seen in rules. I would just add it on. And then sometimes if your handwriting's big, I even put like an arrow to flip it over. If they've asked for so much it won't fit on the card, I'll put an arrow like, hey, it's on the other side. And then on the other side, I'll put the arrow that way. So if they pull out the card and they only see a little bit of info, they'll realize it's two-sided.
Yeah.
But I haven't done them in forever either. But that's what I used to do.
The other aspect with those, when it comes to the writing ones for the mail-ins, always read the rules, because a lot of the write-in ones, they want you to handwrite them, not type them, or computer aspects. So
well,
just
actually, that's the next question. You're like, must be psychic. What I do is, if they ask for 50 words or something, I will type it out first.
Yeah.
In Word, so it has the word count. So then I know that I've written enough, and then I'll copy it out on the paper, because that way I don't under or over, like, I don't want to write like 75 words if I only need 50, but I want to make sure that I have enough.
Yes.
So I type it out first, and then I copy it by hand on the paper, and I just use blank paper that out of my printer. Like, I don't buy anything fancy. So that's the question. She says, should I print or write my entry? It says on a plain 3x5 piece of paper, hand print. And then she says, but then it says mail-in entries, including outer envelope, must be handwritten. Yeah. So everything is handwritten, even the envelope. And some people will, okay. Okay, I put somebody in a timeout. I've blocked them. I don't know what they're doing in the chat. I don't know. I keep blocking, but it's not working. 3.5 by 5 piece of paper. Yeah. So then sometimes people even say handwrite the return address, like handwrite everything. Everything. And only use blue or black ink. Like a standard blue pen or a standard black pen. Don't use like fancy pink or, green or purple or, something. Just keep it plain.
Sometimes on my outside of my envelope, like this is just for an example. So if I'm writing an address on here and they specifically say like a no purchase entry, sometimes I'll go in with a highlighter and highlight no purchase entry. And then I put the address on the bottom of it, just so it stands out, so they know it's a no purchase entry.
Oh, that's a good idea. Hang on, I'm just fixing the chat. Okay. Now Michael wrote this, and he's kind of stuck because he is in Kenya.
Okay.
So he said, which contest should he enter that are free of charge, that are open worldwide? So in the past, there was a sweepstakes site called Contest Chest that was the only global aggregate that I knew of, and they close. And I was like, oh no, now what do I do? I can't tell everybody to check it. Now, they didn't have a ton that were also just for specific countries outside of, the more popular countries that have giveaways. They're back. I just saw a message from Everett. He relaunched the site.
Yay!
So I'm going to put that out. And but I don't know how many he has. So I'm going to recommend to Michael. I'm going to also email him back. I recommend Contest Chest, but also just pick aggregates, like maybe one from the UK or one of the American ones, and just search for ones that say worldwide. And then also, I don't know, I think it's because it's, American, they're really big on marketing. I don't know if countries like Kenya are as big on marketing, because they have a completely different lifestyle than we do in North America. So I don't know if they're going to have as many, but still keep your eye out locally. Like, listen to your local radio stations. Do your local radio stations have giveaways? Do your local papers have giveaways? Do your local businesses offer promotions? Start looking for those things in your realm, and you might be amazed at what you find around you that, because we're so global, some of the businesses in your region may be saying, hey, maybe contests and giveaways, or competitions as they call them, would be a great marketing tool for us. And we'll start hosting giveaways in your area, because let's face it, it is a fun way to market. So that's what I would try. But I think it is harder in certain markets to find giveaways. Okay, now this is actually a good one for you to answer because you did it. Jody says, I'm new to the process. She's reading the book. I know she means this one. I just had my webmaster make, and then I had create the graphics, and I had a printing company make all my book covers as banners.
That's good.
Just beige behind me.
I see them. They look good.
It's always a work in progress. So she says, I'm currently reading your book, excited to learn all the steps, including the vibrational, visualizing and feeling as though you've already won. Thank you for the work you do. So what can you give as tips? Because you won a VIP Fit for a Queen prize.
So, well, basically for me, I focus on the contests that I want to win. So, I like local, of course, you go check your local radio stations. I don't do I try not to stick with the smaller aspects of the contest stuff. I go if I want to win a trip, I focus on that. If I'm looking at winning a dishwasher, washer, or dryer, I focus on that. I find persistence is a good thing, and also keeping track.
Yeah, keeping track. So keeping track of when you enter or keeping track of what you win?
Keeping track of when you enter. Because sometimes, like we were speaking before, some of them are different times. Some can be weekly, some can be daily, some can be monthly. If she wants to try the single entries are also a good one. You only have to enter it one time. So
I like those. Enter and forget it.
That's right.
And some of the sites, now I don't know if Red Flag Deals does this because I haven't poked around there in a while for some of their features.
Okay.
But Contest Girl allows you to track your sweepstakes right on their website. So do other sites like Sweeps Atlas or Sweepstakes Advantage in the States. They allow you to track within the program. I track on RoboForm. So there's lots of ways to track.
Red Flag doesn't.
Yeah, Red Flag doesn't. So how do you track?
I just keep track on on my notepad. I keep all my contest entries on my notepad in my phone, and I also have a book that I keep track of all my wins. I keep track of which ones have come in, which ones have not, and then I just recently I had to get a hold of another sponsor because something I won comics that were signed, and I never got them, and I'm sorry to hear, so they're now resending them back. So sometimes you have to wait a little bit before you contact them, but they were very polite about it. They're like, we're going to send it. They confirmed my address again, just to make sure. And they were really good about it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you gotta visualize. You have to feel like a winner and believe you're going to win before you do.
Yeah.
You have to, and I think in all areas of life, I watch your videos. I think you have the cat.
Dog. I have a
dog. I know you're always something fuzzy or furry in the background,
or slimy. Frogs I used to have. My frogs didn't last, but we do have two beardy dragons. So we have two bearded dragons, and they're quite interesting too.
I found pets and kids really can help your sweepstakes entries. So if there's an entry that requires, a photo, if you can do something with your pets, that helps because people love, kids and dogs, as they say. But if you have some unusual pets, that might be an interesting way to make your entry stand out, because a lot of people have dogs, but how many people have
bearded dragons?
Bearded dragons. Not, there are some, but not as many, right?
No, that's true. That's a good one. I'll keep that tip.
And there's actually a lot of pet contests. Like if you can even look for pets, search for pets in the forums. Oh yeah. So there's another way to narrow down. If a lot of the areas have search features, So if you want to focus on, say, pet giveaways,
Yeah.
for example, you want to win pet food or something, or some of the contests you can win. Oh yeah, see, Melinda says, she says, absolutely, pets help winning. I have an adorable corgi who's very photogenic. And Tom Cavalli's famous for his I Win contests. He has Roscoe. He gave me this cute little pin.
Oh
With
no.
Roscoe.
It's Roscoe.
Actually, Roscoe actually owns I Win, but don't tell Tom that. And yeah, he says this dog wins so much stuff because, you know, who doesn't like a little furry face, right?
Of course. They're cute.
Oh, see, and Mary says, look, she says, I've used my niece and nephew and their guinea pigs. So look, you don't even have to have your own kids or your own pets.
Nope.
You can just borrow them.
That's good.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's past 9 already. Okay, so I'm going to just see if there's any questions that we missed. And oh, Lori pointed out that for Michael, who lives in Kenya, I'll send him this tip. If you go to Sweeps Atlas, you can search for the worldwide giveaways, and she just searched, and there's 165 giveaways that are open worldwide right now.
That's awesome.
So if you're not in a country that has like its own aggregate, that's a lot of giveaways. Like that will take you some time to go through so that's fantastic. Plus, that's really good. So yeah, that's 165. That's pretty good. I wasn't expecting it to be that high. So that's really good. I think we've covered everything. I don't think we have any questions left. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I figured it out. I'm so embarrassed it was at my end. Of course it was at my end because I didn't. This is why I always test first.
I appreciate you having me.
Oh my God, it's so fun. It was kind of a surprise because it was last minute. But I only realized when I came in here to set up the studio that I was like, oh, I didn't send her, because I saw your message and I didn't send her the link. And of course, normally I like Jess to come 10, 15 minutes before and we can test the stuff out because
it's okay. A little bit of a hiccup.
The host doesn't push the right button.
It's all good.
It's all good. Yeah. And anyway, this is really fun. Oh, okay. We're going to just say, oh, we have one last question. Okay. Giuseppe wants to know, what about a competition that has some sort of entry fee? Okay. I would say no, but it depends on the entry fee. Like if it's a lottery, like if I go down to the local convenience store and I want to buy a ticket, then technically that's a competition that has a fee attached to it. If the kids in the neighborhood, their Pee-wee hockey team is having a raffle and they want me to buy tickets, okay, that Tim Hortons one that you entered technically was paid to enter because you either had to buy the stamps or you had to buy the cards at the store when you bought a coffee.
Sure.
So I think that's okay because it's a small amount of money. If they're asking for a large amount of money, I would do the no purchase entry, like our local lottery, because you're in the same province I am. Yeah. The OLG is having one where you can win a trip somewhere if you buy lottery tickets, or is it you gamble so much money on their online casino.
Yeah, there's $15. You get $15 free play money or something like that online as long as you purchase online.
Right. But there is a no purchase entry option for the trip. So you have to mail in like a letter or something. So then, yeah, I would do that. Now, if it's not like a real competition with a proper set of rules and something like that, no, don't pay to play because you're not going to win. You are absolutely not going to win. Now, you've got a little Italian flag on Giuseppe by your name. If you're in Italy, they're not as far and few between. It depends on the country where you live, depends on your opportunities. The United States seems to have the most contests of anybody in the world.
Lots.
They're the biggest marketers in the world. Canada's not too bad. UK is actually huge. India's huge. Australia's not too bad. There are competitions in Europe, but depends on the country. Not as many. Oh, this is an interesting question. I'm going to ask this too. It says, Contest Queen, did you ever have dreams about winning? Leanne, have you?
Absolutely. All the time. I pictured that trip, and it had happened. So persistence is a key goal. And like I said, it was your book. Your book came in, and you said have lots of adventures. And as soon as, like I said, it came in, and I got the email saying I won the trip. So I believe in it. Those dreams do come true.
I have had, but interestingly enough, about a week ago, I had a dream, but not about me.
Okay.
Sort of. I had a dream about one of my contest friends that has not been winning big, and I took away all of her blocks to the prizes she wasn't getting. So now I'm not saying who it is.
No, don't say, because you don't.
No, I'm not going to say. I'm going to wait and see if she wins big, because I'm like, that seemed real. Like, I've never had a dream where I was helping somebody else win kind of in the ethers. Like, I was removing her energetic blocks to prizes so that she would be open to the prizes and win.
Yep. Positive vibes.
Which is kind of crazy.
I think that's awesome.
I can hardly wait till she emails me and tells me she won something big.
Well, I wish her all the best, whoever.
I know. So I've had dreams where I've won prizes like you, but a long time ago. I haven't had one in a while, but this one was kind of cool. So I think it's also good for me, because I think I'm shifting. Like,
there you go.
I think I'm becoming a little more like Helene, because I've been sitting in her vibration for a while now. And maybe I'm turning into a little bit of Helene Hansel, and she's giving me some of her mojo, which would be kind of cool. So,
well, you sent it my way. So,
well, I love it when people win.
You did.
And you looked so good, like you were having so much fun. I was so happy.
Loved it. Every minute of it, I loved it. Every moment. It's an experience and a half, for sure.
Well, it's really great, because I'm glad they come back with those prizes, because honestly, they're in the marketing world, those are called experiential.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and yeah, it's something that you'll never forget. And you can use that winning energy to win other stuff too, by the way.
Oh yes, I keep that. I got a vision board. I crossed off my concert tickets, and I've crossed off my trips.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, do we need to say, okay, I'm not going to ask you what's on it, because Helene, what does she say in her book? Don't tell anyone.
No, you keep them to yourself.
Don't tell anyone. Just keep it to yourself.
Keep good vibes.
I'm so happy for you, though, but I'm just going to send you some fairy dust.
Thank you.
Yeah, some fairy. I don't have any of the little fairies to show anybody. I make these little fairy necklaces and stuff, and I include them in my prizes, and it's a lot of fun. So anyway, thanks for coming on. Oh my God, it was so good. And
thank you.
If I get to Ottawa, I'm going to come visit.
Are you more than welcome to come and visit? Go check out some of the views.
You know what? I'll wait till the snow's gone.
Yes, and a little bit warmer.
I'll see you in June. If anybody doesn't know geography, it's about 4 hours north east of me, and it's finally getting warmer. But yeah, I've had enough snow this year.
Yeah, I'm done with it. Spring can come.
Yes, spring can't come fast enough. Anyway, Thank you so much. Send in your questions. I do this once a month. We could have surprise guests. Yay! And I will talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.